Question number 3, should Christian singles use a dating site, a dating app? I don't know. I'm probably not the right person to ask in this one, but let me try. I would say number 1, actually, let me go back a little thing. I wouldn't even assume that everybody could, should, ought to get married. Like if you were a single person, maybe a younger person or older one, I think it's great to get married, but I would be praying about that. And I say that because I do think at times people feel some pressure to get married, that the Bible talks about living a celibate life as well as one way of going forward. But if that's you, that's because you want that. So God is never going to come. If you've got this burning desire to be married and find the right person God's got for you, brilliant. You should get married. I have a teaching series I did years ago on how to believe God for the right person to get married. And I think it's available on my website. And I've so many people, hundreds of emails I've had over the years of people who listen to that, believe God, and found the right person to marry. So let me sum up what I say in that teaching series, but get that series if you want to look at this in more detail. Let's assume you're somebody who should get married. Number 1, I would say this: I believe God's got the right person for you. I really want to say that God's got the right person for you. And number 2, God is eminently able of orchestrating your life, of working all things together for good to lead you together to that person. And you don't need to look at this like some kind of meat market, cattle market thing of like, oh, how do I find the right person, and how do I hang out with her as single people, and there aren't enough single people in my... Let's be real, you only need one, okay? You need the right one. And I believe when Abraham had his son Isaac and he wanted to find the right wife, the right bride for Isaac, he sent his servant Eliezer back to the home country, if you will. And Eliezer was a real man of God as well. Eliezer believed God to orchestrate the circumstances that would connect him with Rebecca, who became the wife of Isaac. And I would look at it this way. If you're single and you believe in God for that right person, to say, Graham, should I use some app or not, it's really not the point. My point is this: don't put your faith in an app or your faith in a church where you think there are a lot of single people, or the right company, or the right country, or I live in the countryside, whatever. Put your faith in God. Learn the principles of faith, Mark 11:20-24. Learn the principles of what thing you desire. When you pray, believe you receive them, you'll have them. So I would believe God, believe you have received that right person for you, and then believe God to lead you to them. Now, if you felt God telling you to use some app, well, wonderful, use that app. But don't look at that like some, marketing strategy or something. Again, when I say using a dating app, I don't think dating is a valid concept for Christians. I think finding the right person to marry is the right concept for people. So I would have nothing against using an app in one sense, but I wouldn't let it change the rules of engagement. If you meet somebody, you want to create a context where you can actually find out who this person really is. Does God have a future for you? What their character is like, the important things in their life, and an app certainly can't do that for you. But if it can help you, great. I'm not against that. But I would say get some of those principles right in your life. Again, if that teaching I have can help you do that. I would say to most people, rather than finding the right person, one of the best things you can do is saying, Lord, how can I become that right person for them? What do you need to work on in my character? What do you need to remove from me? Where do I need to grow? What do I need to learn? What do I need to unlearn? How can I be the person you want me to be, so that when I meet that right person, I'm ready? And when you're in the place you should be, God will bring you to that other person really quickly. But if you're a train wreck, you're not going to be a blessing to anybody. So sometimes working on yourself rather than others can be a really great thing. Boom.